This field was home to legends like Bellino and Staubach, the United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, and home to the Midshipmen of Navy. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here, and you know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Marshall Thundering Herd, taking on the 25th ranked team in the land, the Navy Midshipmen. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Marshall will kick off to get the festivities started. On the move from inside is 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. So Navy's will have some work to do after that short return. And all eyes will be on this man because he is electrifying every time he touches the ball.
I mean, so much fun to watch. Can hit home runs, can make big plays. Everything in this offense starts with that grown man.
What I really like about him, too, is he's versatile, right? He can carry the rock, he can catch the football, he's good at blocking. This guy stays on the field for a reason.
The brigade's celebrating another first down, and that's really the way Navy's always done it. You can even think back to the great Napoleon McCallum, who ran through defenses at will.
Simple, but so disciplined, right? Like running the option year after year, you got to have discipline. Not surprising, Navy is always good at it because so many young men with such discipline, they can run a system and really just continue to methodically move the ball down the field.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. On target. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Now on the option. Kept it on the ground last time. Let's see if they go back to it on 2nd down. Goes to the option. He'll keep it himself. They knock him down inside the 30 at the 29. It's a pickup of 6. The 7th play of this opening drive, they'll need to move the chains on 3rd and short. Fullback's got it. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Coming up, 4th down.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. And this will be a bit of a challenge, a 46-yard attempt from the right hash. Never a doubt. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with them.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Marshall Thundering Herd has the ball for the first time, and their offense will go to work. And it won't be easy to throw the ball down the field today, David, because both of these teams have lockdown corners.
I mean, these guys shut down half of the field. Playmaking cornerbacks that really can play man-to-man and lock down the best guys on the other side.
Yeah, if I'm a quarterback in this game, I'm taking a calculated risk if I'm throwing towards one of these two dudes because you're just asking to get picked off.
Marshall quick to the line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on first down. Looking for a man, it's Pennington. Fires to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
Marshall will be forced to punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. And here comes the Navy offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, and the pressure was all over him in the blink of an eye.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Second down now after the sack. Here comes the option. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
He's staggered at the 27. Brings up third down.
Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a third and long from the 27. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. He'll pull it down and run. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a fourth down.
You know what, Reese, it is a great play, and I think they were in nickel, so they brought an extra guy on the field that has some speed, take a linebacker that's a little bit slower off the field, and you could see it paid dividends on that third down.
Navy will have to punt it away. He'll bring it back. It's Metcalf. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Marshall takes over the ball. The Thundering Herd offense coming out. Quickly complete. didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So a nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
Let's see what they've got on second down. To the air, it's Pennington. Gets it out fast. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later.
Now staring at a 3rd and short from the 40. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Coming after it. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. And the offense sprung a big-time leak, and the quarterback went down.
And when you're throwing the football, you're trying to stop the best athletes in the world from getting to your quarterback. They're going to get there. They're pinning their ears back, get to the QB, get the sack.
Marshall will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in at the 25. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. And Navy will go back on the attack. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Running back goes in motion. He'll run it again. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. It is the great equalizer, a way for the midshipmen to be competitive. Nobody did it better on the ground than Keenan Reynolds.
And we're going to talk about it a lot throughout the ball game because Navy obviously runs the football first, second, third, then their fourth option might be to pass the football.
The option look. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Bounced off his feet. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. Back to pass, it's Horvat. Looking to buy time. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect their quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
Navy will have to punt it away.
In punt formation to kick it away.
And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
At the end of the quarter, Navy has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second.
Marshall, 0.
They go to the ground. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damage when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And he converts on third down as he gets it out to the 26.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And that's a really good example of why offensive coordinators script plays. You know the down and distance, and you know which routes can get you to the stick. So there's no wasted time. That coordinator got the play in early to his quarterback, knowing that his players were going to be able to execute.
To the air, it's Pennington. And they get the sack right out of the gate.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
That's a bad sign for the offense. You're trying to throw screen passes to try to negate the pass rush from the defense. That time, the pass rush even got home on a screen pass.
And we might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Well, in a situation like that where it's 3rd and long, there's not a lot of plays to get that thing completed and keep the drive moving. So you're just trying to buy yourself some real estate and help your punter.
Marshall will be forced to punt. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. He'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
I love it. What a play call. Going to the fullback in the running game, and he shows you that he's got some ability. This guy was a big-time high school running back, and he shows you the wiggle. He's got some ability to break tackles, and he helps his offense out.
On the option. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Well, how about that? They turn around and hand it off to the big fella, and he's able to get the first down. Nice play.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
That's why this guy's a good, strong safety. You've got to be able to affect the running game. You've got to be able to play in the box close to the line of scrimmage and make tackles. That time, good stop on the fullback.
Navy lifts anchor in the red zone. The give to the fullback. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
Those fullbacks man, those guys are constantly hitting linebackers and blocking the whole entire game. So when you get a chance to give the big boy the ball, it's always, and you know what it is? It's a morale boost for everybody on the whole field. Everybody gets jacked up that he finally gets to touch the football.
Give to the fullback. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Second down coming up.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
All right, that's one the offensive line has got to be able to communicate and pick up. When that inside linebacker comes running through the A gap or the B gap, those O-linemen, they've got to work together, and they've got to pass guys off to one another to make sure they pick him up. They didn't do it that time.
Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. A shot toward the end zone, and that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Here comes the field goal unit. He's already put 3 on the board earlier, this time a 38-yard try. He got it.
That makes the total Navy 6, Marshall 0.
They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Marshall takes over the ball. The Thundering Herd offense coming out. Back to throw. It's Pennington. Got his man quickly. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. They'll try the left side. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. They're setting up the screen.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and sell it.
Marshall will be forced to punt. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Slips through the line. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he's stopped. And here comes the Navy offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's for the play caller right now, just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here today.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Give to the fullback. Knocked down at the 47. It's a 5-yard gain and enough to move the chains.
Man, those little chunks keep annoying the crud out of you when you're on defense. It's just putting them in easy situations, chewing up 4 to 6 yards at a pop like that. Put you in a bad situation as a defensive coordinator. What do I call? Either way, priority number one, we got to stop the run.
The back goes in motion. Got the first down and more. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
That's an awesome-looking carry, and you know when you're playing Navy, you better get ready to try to stop the run. Whether it's option, whether it's conventional, you better practice being in your gap, everybody being sound, and getting your eyes on the football. There are 3 certainties in life, guys. You're going to die, you're going to pay your taxes, and Navy is going to tote the rock.
Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. Got the back over the middle. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
And that throw was a bullet by the quarterback on that curl route in zone coverage. And how about the anticipation? He gets rid of this pass before his receiver is even turned around. I love it.
Offense gets set for second down. Dropping back, it's Horvath. He looks that one in nicely. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
Stop it when you play this before. First down. First down. First down. Just continuing to put first downs together. So far, this defense, we just can't find any answers.
They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. It's on target and complete. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. That's what a modern fullback has to do, almost like a tight end, to be able to be there and be available for the quarterback in the passing game, Jeff.
Yeah, you got to be able to do a lot of different things, Reese, no doubt about it. It's not just blocking, but it's lining up in different spots all over the field as well, running routes, and then being a viable option for your quarterback.
They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. On second down, wants to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. He's looking to throw. Fires to the middle. He's got it. And he was thinking 6, but that D knocks him down at the 2. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Navy will have it with a 1st and goal. Big fullback's got it. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Navy!
And no monkey business. First down, come downhill, run the fullback. He gets in the end zone. Let's not make any bones about this. Be physical, run that thing, block those guys up front. Nice job by this offense taking care of business in the red zone.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they stretch their lead to 13. That drive covered 57 yards for the touchdown and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Caught over the middle. It's Chapman.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
Brings up second down.
This will likely be the last play of the half. Looking downfield, it's Pennington. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Annapolis. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. And with that, let's send it back to the guys on the hallowed grounds of the U.S. Naval Academy.
Navy will kick it deep to get the second half underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Marshall takes over the ball, the thundering herd offense coming out. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring goal.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
He maybe gets a yard. They'll mark him at the 29. Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. Looking to pass. It's Pennington. Finds his man down the middle. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Man, that quarterback knew that was a tiny window to throw into, and he just showed off his cannon of an arm.
Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Metcalf. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Was completed via the screen. He's brought down at the 45-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Marshall quick to the line. From the gun, the ground game. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Listen, that wasn't the greatest run in the world, but it was very successful, and you're making me honor the run. And another thing, every time you run the football, someone gets tackled. There's physicality involved in the game. So I like when offenses commit to the running the football, no matter what the outcome is, because those body blows do add up.
That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Pulls and throws off the RPO. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Complete via the screen. Tackle is made at the 37-yard line. 2nd down coming up.
Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. Intercepted. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
Man, this is how we do it. Defensively, you go into halftime, you make adjustments. You talk about, we've seen them do this, we've seen them do that. Let's get ready for it. Let's have a plan. Plan executed. You could tell they knew it was coming, did a great job defensively, forcing an interception right out the gates to start the second half.
And Navy will go back on the attack. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
After a good pickup on the run, it's 2nd down. Give to the big fullback. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. They have it at the 43, 3rd and short, trying to avoid making a decision on 4th down. The give to the fullback. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the 1st down.
And I know it's not sexy, but those little runs just keep you on your heels, keep the sticks moving, making you understand, like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be patient. A lot of offenses aren't patient. They get too big play happy, wanting to force the ball down the field. This offense is staying nice and patient right now.
On the option. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
And it's really nice to have a workhorse running back that you know you can feed and get productive gain after gain. Now over 100 yards. You've already got some separation on the scoreboard. I would continue to feed this workhorse.
Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now. They'll run the option. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I think a lot of quarterbacks like those defenses that will be passive and let it slowly develop. Nah, this defense, you could tell, they were aggressive and attacking, and it really paid off.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Gain of 9. Brings up 3rd down.
6th play of the drive coming up. They'll run the option. Good pickup there. He gets enough for the 1st down.
Quarterbacks like this are what makes college football so special today. It seems like we see these unbelievably athletic quarterbacks all across the country, week in and week out, making plays like this. Guys that are true dual threats, that can hurt you not only throwing it, but can hurt you running it as well.
On the option. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
28. Brings up 2nd down.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25.
Marked at the 25-yard line. 3rd down coming up.
Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Dropping back, it's Horvat. Throws to the wideout. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20.
QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys with my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to use touch. It's really hard when all eyes are on me, and you could tell the quarterback was not ready and did not make a good throw.
The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he'll pick up the 1st down after a tough run there.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
The run from the shotgun. Still on his feet at the 45. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Shut down and shut out in the first half, but finally this offense trying to put something together. Use the play fake, now to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Grab near the marker, it's Payne. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
They'll throw it on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Robinson.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding. I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Marshall trying to make this red zone trip pay off. Trying play action. Fires deep toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception the last possession. You could tell breaking on the football really, really well, seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another hand on it, almost had another interception.
Ball is at the 20. They'll try to convert this third and short. Got a man. It's Turner. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. They didn't get too greedy there. They knew what they needed, and he gets it just past the sticks.
Yeah, and I'd like to see the defense maybe be a little bit more aggressive, a little more in the face, because QBC's easy access. I'm going to throw the football. My receiver's got a little bit of space. He can get the first down. I'd like to see the defense make him work for it a little bit more.
At the end of the quarter, Navy has the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. From the shotgun, they'll run it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Got some work to do on second down after that last one. They need 13. On the run, it's Turner. Knocked off his feet, but not before he picks up 6 yards down to the 10.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Back to throw, it's Pennington. Getting some heat. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. You just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. They pick the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attempt. It is perfect.
That makes the score Navy 13, Marshall 3.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Feeling some heat. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on 3rd down. 4th down coming up.
Defense has been looking so good on this drive so far. They already set up 3rd and long, and now they take all the throws away down the field. Great job in coverage. Great job reading the QB's eyes. So there's nowhere for him to go with it. He's got to throw it away.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Marshall takes over the ball. The thundering herd offense coming out. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you've just simply got to make them.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Scanning the field, it's Pennington. He makes the connection, and they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain.
3rd down coming.
Lining up, trying to convert this 3rd and short from the 40. Pulls and fired complete. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too. Understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the 1st down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up 4th down.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Finds his man, and they convert. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Marshall back at it with another 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield. It's Metcalf. And there is nothing doing on that one. You got the completion and nothing else to show for it.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He wants to throw it again. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
They say pressure bust pipes. This quarterback can attest to that. Goodness gracious, they're getting after him all day. There's a reason they're behind. Pressure the quarterback goes a long way to getting the W.
A 3rd and long coming up here. Looking for a man. It's Pennington. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Takes it the other way. Running inside the 20. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, midshipman.
Yeah, how about that, man? 4th down, trying to go make a play, get this offense going, get it sparked, get some points on the board, and that couldn't have gone any worse. They throw the pick. Not only that, they return it all the way back for 6. That offense just shot themselves right in the foot.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. On the move from inside is 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The Marshall offense makes its way back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Pennington. Get it out on the screen. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Screen pass just not working there. And you figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Grab near the sticks. It's Fitzpatrick. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down.
And how about that 3rd down? They go 5 wide. They've spread the defense out, and at quarterback there, you're just trying to find your best one-on-one matchup. You're making a quick throw, and you're picking up the 1st to keep the drive going.
Wants to throw on 1st down. They've got the screen set up. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Can't hang on, it's incomplete, and you can't worry about the footsteps when you're running those crossing routes. It'll be 3rd down.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that incompletion really tells the story of this football game. If you don't score touchdowns, it's really hard to win games. They haven't found themselves in the end zone at all in this game. Throwing it, running it, they have been completely dominated.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs. Line gets set, 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Gain of 1. 2nd down coming up.
Extra blockers on the field. Offense goes full house. They'll go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
goodness. That is the way you blow up a play quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Hair on fire, cause direct. That had to be a blown assignment. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Third play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss.
The running back carries the ball. Marked out of bounds at the 27. Coming up, 4th down.
So this field goal unit has been getting the job done. They've already made a couple here today. And it's no good. Had a chance to make this lead 20, but we're still sitting on a 17.
20, Marshall, 3.
Marshall takes over the ball, the Thundering Herd offense coming out. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe find something positive here late that you can build on for the weeks to come.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Going up top on 1st down. Makes the grab. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Back to throw, it's Pennington. They'll run the screen, and he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. And how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Completion a little short of the sticks. It's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. Touchdown, Thundering Herd! Reeled it in and just made the house call.
Number 3.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
He'll try to tack on one more.
For the extra point.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. And here comes the Navy offense. Okay, you have a 2-score advantage here, so while you want to be aggressive, David, don't hand them a cheap one.
Dang right. I'm not being reckless. I can still be aggressive, but a punt is not the worst thing, Jesse, in this situation in the 4th quarter.
You're right, David. You don't want to be reckless. So as a play caller here, let's dial up some things you know your quarterback sees well in the passing game.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Timeout, Marshall.
They'll have to get it to the 37 on 3rd down. They'll try the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making the tackle for a loss.
Navy will have to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. He'll start this drive firing. And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver.
And this is really the story of the game. This offense has no chance in the passing game because they cannot protect the quarterback. All game long, he's been under duress. You got to give the defense a ton of credit.
Last play didn't go as planned. Now 2nd and 10 from the 26. To the air, it's Pennington. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Well, the coaching staff's going to have to talk to him about making quicker decisions. Today, if guys aren't open right away, take off and run or throw it away. But you can't hold it for that long.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And the pass falls to the ground, and the ball game is over.